I first fell in love with it right after my 8th grade year. I was a football player up until then, so for me to transfer over, it was kind of a big decision. And I just had really great coaching and a lot of people that inspired me, and I fell in love with it, and I couldn't stop playing it. And finally, I just kind of switched over to basketball, and it's been basketball ever since. I'm MacDougall from Westwood Prep, and basketball is my life. My cousins and most of my family were all pretty much 3-sport athletes. We played each one, but we were all basically football players. So I played a little bit when I was younger, and I always just loved it. I loved how different it was from basketball or from football, and how I just loved how passionate you could get about it, and I loved just everything about it. But I just was a football player, so I wasn't really used to it, and I always just thought, I just watch it and kind of play on the side. But then I started to get tall, like a lot taller than I was, and it kind of became obvious, well, maybe he's a basketball player instead of a football player, and that was pretty much what solidified it for me. Is that after my 8th grade season from my middle school, I kind of came to the decision, should I keep playing football or switch to basketball? Because obviously in high school you pick which one you want to play and focus on that one. And I actually played for a club team called Team AZ, coached by one of my good friends and personal coaches, Roger Farrington. And I started playing for them and just learning a lot quickly under Roger, teaching me everything. And I just started progressing and learning the game and really getting the good fundamentals from him. And I think that's what really helped me in the beginning. I always just kind of have played and not really looked at rankings or any stuff like that. But I think once I started, college coaches started calling me and getting, obviously now that I'm going to ASU, I think once that moment hit, I kind of realized, wow, like this, at first I never thought this was possible, and I just played for fun and for the love of it, and now it's actually, the work is paid off, and it's going to take me somewhere. My dad and my mom, my dad's always doing what he can for me, helping me with my nutrition and carrying my stuff when I need it, and making sure I'm set to go when we go on long trips and stuff. And my mom's always there to make sure that I have been fed and I'm ready to play, and kind of talk to me about it. And so yeah, they've always supported me with it, and I really appreciate what they do for me. They're supportive, but I've never been pushed by them, and they always tell me, they always ask me, hey, do you still want to do this? Is this what you want? And constantly my answer is yes. So I really do appreciate that factor, that at any moment, if that's not what I wanted to do, that they would be perfectly fine with that, and the support is definitely there. So yeah, they've never really pushed me, and I think that's what makes it a lot better for me, is that it's kind of my thing, and it's the thing I get to do, and I don't feel obligated to, and it's my passion. I loved ASU. I think the main reason is just the coaching staff is great. Herb Sendek is just a great coach, and I think we see eye to eye as far as the game and the aspects of it. And I've lived here my whole life, so going to ASU games, and they're basically down the street from me, and I've grown up around it, and this is my hometown, and being able to wear that jersey for ASU and stay in state with my family, being able to come to all the games and stuff, I think that's what drew me to it. I've learned from the game of basketball that basically when you want something, you got to go get it, and you got to practice it and keep practicing it to get better at it, and persevere on it and never quit, and keep going until you reach your goals. I never thought it would take me this far, so now that I've gotten this far, I look into the future and think, I just want to see how far I can keep going, basically.